All right, welcome everybody to tonight's opportunity call. We're so excited that you're here. My name is Natalie Foss. I have been with Superpatch for 1 year exactly this month, and I'm so excited to share with you guys tonight. I am going to start with just an introduction as to what exactly these incredible products do, and just a quick run through of all the different patches before I pass the torch off to the next person. So I'm going to hop right into it. If you're on this call, chances are someone told you that we have these crazy, incredible patches that have no ingredients and no nothing on them, and you're probably thinking that is a bunch of hocus pocus and there's no such thing and that doesn't work, which is what we all thought when we first started or before we tried these patches. So I'm just going to quickly run through my very layman's term explanation as to what these patches do. For a more in-depth explanation, please ask the person who invited you to this call and they can send you a quick 5-minute science video on it. I am not a neuroscientist, so again, this is just my layman's way of explaining it so that you can kind of wrap your head around a little bit as we get into what these do. So, our minds are incredibly powerful things, all right? So, our brain regulates all of our bodily functions, from hormone production to stress management to pain. This is why your mental state can manifest into physical illness. Just like how chronic stress can weaken your immune system, or how anxiety or fear can cause stomach issues or nausea. Those are all your brain's way of controlling your body and how it responds to different things. But our brain also plays a huge role in our health, and right down to the sensations in our skin. So our skin is equipped with sensory receptors that detect touch. If you can please make sure you're muting out as you're hopping on, that would be amazing. Thank you very much.
I enjoy them.
Laura, please mute. Um, so your skin is equipped with sensory receptors that detect touch, temperature, pain. These receptors send signals through the neural pathways in your skin to your brain, and they allow you to perceive different sensations accordingly. So throughout our life, all different things can damage those neural receptors. Physical trauma, neurological disorders, exposure to toxins, things in the air, all that kind of stuff can damage those neural pathways. Um, and that causes different ailments in our body, along with all different outside factors, right? So, what our patches do is repair and reconnect those neural pathways. So, vibrotactile technology is the term that these patches refer to, and it's basically like Braille for your brain. So, what our owner, who is an engineer, and he worked with neuroscientists for 15 years to develop these patches, he cracked the code that sends a specific signal to our body. So each path or each patch has a different ridged pattern on it. And when it comes in contact with your skin feels that vibration on it. It sends a specific message through those neural pathways that tells your body to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. That's as simple as I can possibly make it. 100% ingredient free. There's nothing on our patches. It's just technology. It's physics instead of chemistry, which is what our bodies are used to. So the very first patch that he developed was called our Liberty patch. He developed it for his mom who has MS. He was tired of all these prescription drugs that were not improving her quality of life. They were like band-aids that had all of these contraindications with them. So he created Liberty, which improves your balance, your stability, your range of motion, and your overall homeostasis of your body. So Liberty is our flagship patch, if you will. It's also the one that we use to demonstrate how these patches work using a balance test. If the person who invited you on this call has not shown you their balance test or done a balance test on you, if you're local to them, or sent you a patch and had you do one through FaceTime, you need to do a balance test because it shows you in a visual and measurable way how these patches work immediately and effectively with nothing on them. The next one I'm going to touch on really quick is Freedom, which is our pain patch. This was recognized globally for its reduction in pain for chronic pain users. And it, again, there's no side effects. It's not like other pain patches that you can use that actually have a substance or a supplement on them that you're absorbing. There's no chemicals on this, but it turns those pain receptors down in your brain, reducing pain with nothing and no side effects. The next one is Victory. Victory is kind of like Liberty on steroids. So Victory is the patch for athletes, or if you want to be more athletic and you need that extra oomph or motivation. It helps with the same things as Liberty does as far as the balance, stability, range of motion, things like that. But it also has a kick where it helps you with your speed, your strength, your muscle recovery, all of those things that athletes are looking for to improve their performance and improve their recovery time. The next one, which happens to be my absolute favorite, is Peace. Peace actually tells your body to just, or your brain to just chill out, right? So it's not like a total body thing where, like, if someone took a Xanax or ate an edible or something like that, where your whole body is just like mellowed out and loopy. It is just your brain saying, "You've got this, relax, calm down. You're gonna make it through and just stop stressing." And it's the weirdest thing to explain because I couldn't go a day without this. If someone said you have to pick one patch and one patch only to wear for the rest of your life, it would be this one. Because with my kids, I have a longer fuse, I am more productive. I just feel like I'm firing on all cylinders and like I'm just good with this one. Um, our newest patch is called Boost. It is exactly that. It gives you a boost of energy without any caffeine, without any highs, without any crashes, without any jitters, without any of the yucky stuff that comes along with energy drinks or coffee or anything else that you could take to give you more energy. This is just a clean, consistent burn throughout the day. So you're not going to slap it on and be bouncing off the walls like you just chugged a Red Bull. You're going to put it on. And again, it's a mental focus and clarity and energy where you're just like, all right, what do we need to do today? We need to clean. We need to do this. I need to call these people. I need to follow up with this. And you're just good to go. Okay. Along with that one is Focus. This one is for similar, but without the energy part. This one helps your brain hone in on things. Okay. Leslie's nodding her head because this is the one where if she doesn't have it on, I can tell when I'm on the phone with her, like, Leslie, did you put your focus patch on today? Because she's all over the place squirreling out, right? I'm like, put your focus patch on, call me back in 2 minutes, and let's hammer this out and figure out what we need to get done today because focus is like just that one that brings it brings your focus into one specific thing and makes you be able to bang through things quicker. Along with this one, just a quick testimonial. My kids all use these because they're effective and safe for everyone since they have zero products. But this one is one that my kids use for school. And it has drastically improved their grades, their attention span, everything like that when it comes to school. So it's nice that they can throw this one on, and I know that they are not going to have any side effects or be feeling groggy or gross like some medications and things do. So this one is another staple in my house. Um, Another staple in my house is REM, which is our sleep patch. My kids can also use these because it's not like melatonin or Ambien, which I would never give my children anyways, but you know what I'm saying. REM, same thing. It doesn't make you drowsy and sleepy. What REM does is shuts your brain down. You know, when you lay down and your mind is racing and you're thinking of all the things, especially women. I see all the women on here nodding their heads. When we lay down, we don't think peaceful, sleepy, sheep jumping thoughts. We think, did I move the laundry over? Did I call that person back? Do I have a dentist appointment tomorrow? Is my kid's project due on Friday? Like our brain just starts going, right? And this says, shut off, shut your brain down, quiet it down, and then it also promotes you to be in a deeper REM state of sleep. So when you wake up, you are rested and you feel better and can tackle the day. But the best part is that because it doesn't have any ingredients, you don't wake up feeling like foggy and groggy like you do when you come out of actual supplements or medications that you can take for sleep. So again, this is one even my 8-year-old puts this on because we're really working hard on her not getting up in the middle of the night and coming and wanting to snuggle mommy. So this is helping in that transition. She's my baby. Don't judge me for that. Okay. Our next one is Lumi. Lumi is our skin health, beauty, all the things which sounds totally off the wall, given that all of these are more psychological or physical conditions, but who doesn't want better skin, right? Especially, again, all these women, I see them nodding. This one improves your collagen, it improves your hydration, and it gives your skin a more youthful, radiant, glowing appearance without doing anything. So all you do, stick it on, take a picture. I'm telling you right now, people do this all the time with skin things, and they say a month later, like, oh, this isn't working. Okay, take a picture when you order this, and then take a picture 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks after, and you will notice a difference. I'm telling you right now. It is fantastic. Men too, yes. Men can definitely use this one. Same thing. Men care about fine lines, wrinkles, dry skin. It can even help with things like rosacea and psoriasis and things like that. I can't say it cures things like that. Obviously, I'm not making medical claims, but it can help with skin health as well as not just the beauty side. Okay, this one is Joy. I am here, if you missed at the beginning, in the Pacific Northwest, where I don't see blue sky or sun for like 5 months in the winter, and that seasonal depression hits hard. I don't need this one in the summer as much because I'm getting so much vitamin D, and I don't struggle with like feelings of sadness otherwise, but that seasonal depression is where I notice this one. But we have a lot of testimonials of people who struggle with just those blues. Again, can't use medical diagnoses in my explanation here, but this one just makes you feel happier. Okay. It's like a smile on a patch. Okay. So again, your kid's feeling cranky when they wake up, you're waking up in a bad mood, or you're just down or whatever. This is the patch to put on. This is Joy. One that I will now swear by for the rest of my life after getting through this cold and flu season is Defend. Defend boosts your immune system. So yes, you can take this with your vitamin C, your elderberry, or whatever other supplements you do in the wintertime to keep your family healthy. But this one is like an extra shot of that. You can not take any of those, and this one's going to tell your whole family, your body, your whole family who puts this on, to kick your immune system up and fight off whatever's coming at you. I made it through this whole cold and flu season without anything this year, knock on wood. I'm not out of the woods yet, but now it's coming into allergy season, and this one also helps with that, which I'm very excited for because I have horrible allergies up here in the Pacific Northwest with pine pollen just raining on cars. So I'm excited to put this one to the test this year for that. Next up is Ignite. This one is killer. It boosts your immune system and increases your resting metabolic rate without any stimulants. Okay. How many people on here have tried whatever new pill or drink or concoction someone posts in their hand or in a cup or a spoon or a vial or a shot? I've seen it in every form, right? Of something that is supposed to help you lose weight. Okay. They all have side effects. I've tried 100 different things. I've sold probably half of them in my lifetime, but they all have side effects. They all hurt your stomach or make your heart race or, XYZ, right? This one, all you do is stick it on and it kicks your metabolism up. That's all it does. But without the heart palpitations, without the sweatiness, without you feeling like you need to go vacuum your front lawn. Okay. So this one is the one that if you are wanting to kick up your metabolism, if you're wanting to add something to your workout routine, to whatever, this is the one to put on. Along with that is Kick It. Kick It tells your brain, I don't need that. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's nicotine or alcohol or carbs or sugar, or even people have said that it's helped with repetitive negative self-talk and the things that you tell yourself, or you not wanting to go for that walk every night, or whatever. This is willpower in a patch, like Nicole just commented. This one tells your brain, I don't need that, I can do this without it. And it's crazy. This one is one that every time a testimonial comes in on it, I love it because we get so many on all the other ones. But this one, I'm like, just try it. Just try it and tell me what you think, because I want to know what it helped you kick and how it changed your mindset. So that's Kick It. And last but not least is Rocket. Rocket I always do last because it's just for the boys. Okay. We are working on, if you could please just make sure that you guys are muted, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, Rocket, we are working on some studies for women because we have had women who are part of the company try it and say that they feel better on it. However, right now, as we sit here on this call, Rocket is for men and it is for increased libido, stamina, etc. in the bedroom. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that one. So, that is everything that I can share in a quick matter of 10 minutes, about a little over 10 minutes on the patches. So I'm going to pass it to Leslie. She was the first call that I made when I joined this company. And I said, Leslie, you're in Canada. You got to hear about this. If you haven't already, I got to get you trying this and let me know what you think. So Leslie, can you share about the company itself and a little bit about the business part of it?
Absolutely. And thank you for making me the priority when you called me. So you guys all heard how these patches work, why they are amazing, and all the different ones. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about why I chose this company and what I thought was really important and what I think is probably important for most people that are looking to join a business. I've been a big leader here with a lot of companies over the last 12 or so years. I love this industry. It's done so much for my family and I, gave us so much time freedom to do a lot of things we wanted to do. Um, but there's always good and bad parts to a business, right? I could have a really good product, but then maybe the compensation plans, blah, or me being in Canada, always issues because ingredients, Health Canada does not want them in Canada. It's a thing. We get closed out all of the time. And then, paying in US dollars, stuff like that. So being a Canadian here, it is extra hard to find a company that has all of the boxes checked. So, of course, when Natalie sent me some of these patches to try, and I fell absolutely in love with them after I took me a while to get over that these actually work. There's no ingredients, it was a little bit of a mind shift, but yeah, every box was checked, and I was over the moon about it. So, what I love is it's unique. There's literally nothing else on the market like this ever. No competition, nothing. So it's amazing. No one can touch our technology. So we are not patented. We are actually trademarked and copyrighted in 186 countries. So basically that means, like I said, no one can touch our technology, and you're not going to find down the road our patches on Amazon being sold, or Amazon having Amazon's version of our patches like they do with so many other products. So I love that these patches are for everyone. Children can use them. Of course, they say on the pack 8 and above, but that's because it can be a choking hazard, obviously. So be careful if your kids are younger. But other than that, the patches are for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're 4 years old or 97 years old. There's no contraindications, so you can take them with other medications. There's no side effects. So it's super easy to be able to provide something for absolutely everyone. We're also backed by clinical studies. Our CEO, Jay, his name is Jay, he's been literally perfecting these patches for years and years, and he does not come out with something new until the studies have been done over and over to make sure this is exactly what he wants to bring out. And once again, being in Canada here, the price point, well, for Americans and everyone else as well, of course, the price point is amazing. But I'm just going to point this out because I never get to boast this. But when I first had a look at this company, I actually flew to meet the CEO. Wanted to chat with him because it's a big decision for me to come over here, and of course he is Canadian. So when we were talking, I said, "How much are the patches?" He said they retail for $60. So I said, "Okay." So in my head, I'm thinking 60 US. So that'll be about 90, 95 Canadian. He's like, "No, Leslie, 60 US." 60 Canadian. So I was like, what? This is unheard of because I'm Canadian. I'm giving us a break for once. So, I mean, the price point is amazing anyways, but of course, add that fact in there and it's phenomenal for us north of the States. So it's awesome. And we are a Canadian company, so it's amazing as well. So, in our second year of business, this is huge to me because you want to see a lot of growth in a company. We actually did over $100 million in sales in our second year of business, and this is only our second year. So, this is huge. This is amazing, and we are just getting started. And our CEO literally has technology laid out for the next 10 years for us that will absolutely not only blow your mind, but change the world. So these are the things that I feel that are super important to me. When you're looking for a business, like I said, we have no competition. The price is right. The compensation plan is super simple and very amazing. And yeah, everything is awesome. So I'm going to pass it on to my good friend, Nicole, and she's going to talk a little bit about why she's here and why she loves it.
Awesome. Thank you, Leslie. Okay, so hello. And like Leslie said, my name is Nicole LeGros. I'm also over here in Halifax, and I'm a school teacher. I teach grade 4 and 5. I'm also a very busy mom. I have a 5-year-old and a 9-month-old. And I can tell you when I found out this Super Patch just kind of landed in my lap, literally. I was working on my report cards, went to get up. I was very pregnant and basically I couldn't move. And I had some teachers, to make this really short, some teachers helped me. I went down to see a chiropractor who was not in. The naturopath and acupuncturist said, come on in, we'll see what we can do for you. They did not feel comfortable treating me because I was pregnant, but they said, have you heard of these patches? And I was like, nope. So anyways, she slapped on the Freedom Patch on me. She did a little massage thing, and we talked, and a few minutes later, I walked down the hall. And halfway down the hall, I turned and I looked at her and I said, oh my goodness, I'm walking. So that was my first experience. And then did a follow-up, went back with her, and I just kind of fell in love with the patches. And like I said, was not interested in direct sales anymore. I was done. I was like, I'm not doing any more new companies. I am done. And but let's just be honest, like with today's economy, we all need a second stream of income. So I joined solely for the discount. I was like, I want to try all of these. I joined for the discount. And the more and more I use them and the more that it just naturally came up, I was falling in love with them. And, like I said, our economy right now is really, really 3 streams of income. You're right. But our economy right now it's rough. And like most people need a second or third or fourth stream of income. And realistically, if I look at my life, I teach during the day. I've got kids at home. I can't go get another evening job or a weekend job. I just can't. So I need to find something that worked for me. And that's one thing I love about this industry is I can make it work for me. I can slot it in my lunch break. I can do an hour after my students leave. I can do it an hour when my kids go to bed. That's what I needed in my life. And I know that's what a lot of you need in your life. You need something that works for you. You're not bending over backwards to make it work. I also was looking for something that was a consumable product, or, if I was going to do something, I said I would only ever do it, it's not consumable, but something that you use over and over again. And like all of the things that Leslie had talked about, it checked off all of my boxes. But the biggest thing the reason I was like, I'm never doing direct sales again was because you always come in and you get this awesome compensation plan and everyone's winning and then no one's winning. And I was like, I will never do that to my people again. If I'm bringing people to a company, they need to be able to win and financially change their lives. Okay? Because let's be honest, every single one of us wants the same thing. When people say like, what's your why? Our whys are all the same. It's either to improve our lives or the lives of our family, right? At the end of the day, that's what we want. And I made sure before I did anything that this checked every single box and that my people could come over here and win. And at the end of the day, like Leslie had said, it just aligned. And when I met Jay and talked to Jay, everything just fell into alignment. And I wasn't looking for an opportunity. This opportunity found me, and it has changed our lives. It has been an absolute blessing. Super excited. I'm so excited for all of you. And I really hope that you guys have as much success as all of these awesome ladies.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I love listening to you and your excitement. You can just feel it from her, right? So next, I am going to have my good friend Angela share her testimonial as to why she's here or why she loves the patches. Angela is a little powerhouse down in Texas. And Angela,
Hello, good evening. Been on back-to-back calls today. This is my last one. Woohoo, we've had a great day. I just love Super Patch and I love all of you. Man, the first person I met in Super Patch was Leslie Baker in the pool in Cancun. And we're fixing to go back this summer again. And man, the testimonies that I and my family have experienced, and I don't have just one. My first two patches were freedom and victory. I literally just saw somebody post freedom that I trusted, and I thought, will those help my migraines? And I ordered this little pack that had some liberty, victory, and freedom in it, just to, like Nicole said, get it wholesale. I can't tell you how many things I've got in just to get it wholesale. And then I'm like, oh, I've got to share, right? And anyway, so got the freedom patch, and the first time I started to get a headache, I just popped it on my back, and within 10 minutes, like it was almost gone. And I didn't have to go get some Imitrex out of the cabinet. My mom always had migraines as well. And so I was like, okay, well, then I didn't take it off. At this point, I didn't really know even how long you wore the patches, but I just didn't take it off because I put it back here and forgot about it. But then the next morning, I'm like, I'm going to try that victory patch out when I go play pickleball. So I popped the victory patch on, went to play pickleball, and I played 5 hours straight without resting. And usually we play a game, rest a game. And I still went and teared it. Everybody's like, it's time to go home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let's play one more. And they're like, what are you on? And I'm like, I think it's this patch. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my knees aren't hurting. I wonder if it's that pain patch I put on last night. So that was what sucked me in to these patches. And then I just shared a few testimonies, and then other people started getting these radical testimonies for like these 4.5 month long migraines, and just like all of these testimonies. And I was like, I can't not share it. Like, I want my own website. And that's how I began. And 6 months later, regional vice president. And guys, what I love about this is, like, for instance, I am on Leslie's team. When I met her, I didn't know that. I was down below her. I don't even know that she knew that. She didn't even know whose team I was on when I went and waded out to the pool and said, are y'all Super Patch? Was a little shy about it. But everybody here helps everybody, right? And I am on our team, but I can't tell you, I help everybody's team. People that don't benefit from me help my team. They fly all the way across from Canada to the US to do things for people on my team, and they don't get anything for it. Like, that's what we do here. And that's what I love. It's not about your team, my team. We're one big team. We're always serving and loving each other. I know at any point I could call and say, do you know someone who? And anybody would do that, for me. And I do that for Sidelines. And so that is one of the, things that I immediately fell in love with at Super Patches. There's just so many people waiting to serve you. It's such a servant leadership kind of thing. And I just love that we're different. I love that we can show how quick it works. I love that people can actually believe in it immediately before they even order something, like that fast, and there's nothing out there like it. And so we're building something for our legacy that's not going to go anywhere. Our owner's going nowhere. He has told us, looking eye to eye with us, sitting right in front of him, I will never leave. This is building out 5 generations for you. I will not be that company that turns to affiliate. We are here together to make a difference in so many people's lives. And so what we have here, you can trust. You can trust us. You can trust our leadership. You can trust what's coming. So I'm just going to give this back to you, Natalie, or I'm just going to go ahead and close it for you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for last minute hopping on for me. I could listen to you talk every day. So I love it. And yes, all of the things that Leslie, Nicole, and Angela shared are my same sentiments. I was done with this industry. I had had enough of formula changes and compensation plan changes and catty, cutthroat, all the things that make people hate this industry. I was done. And everything here has been so different. It's just such an amazing place to be. And like Angela said, we're not going anywhere. The company's not going anywhere. There's, Leslie mentioned plans for 10 years in the future as far as products go and technology goes. We are here for the long haul, and we would love to have any one of you hop on. So what does that look like? Leslie mentioned our customer price. You can join as a customer. You get 25% off your first order. And then there's some customer referral programs that you can take part of. Or if you like what we've said about, like Nicole mentioned, having that income that you can fit into the time slots of your day, or, figure out how this can work for you. We're here to meet you where you're at. So that can mean coming in on one of our big kits that you get every product, because you're going to want to try all of the batches and have a testimonial, or you're going to know somebody who needs help from every patch. You can come in on one of those patches, or one of those big packs. They allow you to take place in some of our fast start bonuses and things like that. They're incredible. If you are not comfortable with that, talk to the person who invited you, and they can talk to you about the other options that we have, some smaller packs, and compare those price differences for you, and compare the value that you're going to be getting from those bigger packs and from those bonuses, and really help you figure out what is the best way that you can come in here and win. That's our biggest thing, is we don't want anyone to come in and feel like they're drowning, or their heads below water before they've even started. Okay. As far as the team itself, we have onboarding training. We have calls like this that all you have to do is just plug people onto. We have weekly team calls, incentives. The company has incentives. Angela mentioned Cancun, that me and her and Leslie were all at this last summer. That was just incredible. Cancun's coming up again. For our leadership team, some of the people I'm not able to go because I had other commitments, but some of these people get to go and meet John C. Maxwell. And then our leadership team, we get a whole year's worth of training with John C. Maxwell. So these are the kinds of things that our company pours into us. And it's insane. It's so amazing. It's such an incredible company and an incredible product to be able to share with people. So if you can't tell from just the four of us, who were a very few select people who are sharing our hearts with you tonight, we're passionate about what we do, and we would love to have you part of this. So with that, I'm going to close it out and stop the recording. But if you have questions, I'm going to open it up for questions after that. So my instructions for you, if you are on this call, are to get with the person who invited you here. Talk to them about which option, weigh it out, figure out what's best for you and your family or your individual needs as far as coming in here. And also make sure that they add you to our testimonial group, so you can see these thousands and thousands of testimonials that are pouring in all the time, and have them send you both the science video, because it explains it way more in depth than I can, and also the balance test, because that is how we demonstrate and how we share this incredible thing. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording. And then if you have questions, I can take a couple before I have to hop on to my next thing. So let me hit the end here. Oh, not end meeting. We're going to end recording.